A special Inside Edition. Your first look inside the darkest place on Earth. Deep in the wreckage on hands and knees.
Hello!
Crawling through hell, searching for someone alive.
Keep pounding!
Then, families who won't give up.
We love them. I want to go home.
Why thousands and thousands still hope for a miracle.
And we're not giving up hope. We believe in miracles.
Then, on the trail of assassins, you won't believe how the terrorists lived. Swimming pools, tennis courts, and see their evil words on paper. What the killers wrote. And he was shooting for Inside Edition when it all came down.
What I saw was apocalyptic.
His remarkable, never-before-seen video. Plus, she will never know her dad. Today, out of the horror, something beautiful. A special Inside Edition, Attack on America. So proudly we hail.
Hi, everybody, and thanks for joining us. We'll show the world. Those were the words of President Bush as America tried to get back to business in the wake of the terrorist bombings. It wasn't business as usual and maybe never will be. But most New Yorkers were back at work today, fighting crowded sidewalks and cheerfully complying with tightened security checks, some still wearing protective face masks. Government offices were back open, as they were in Washington, where President Bush thanked federal employees for coming to work. And in a session opened by members of New York City's police and fire departments, a hectic day of trading began on Wall Street. Though Americans are moving along, none of us has left behind those horrible images of buildings burning on Tuesday. But what is it like beneath the rubble, where it is possible, though unlikely, that some survivors might remain? Les Trent on one of the rescue workers toiling beneath the wreckage, who shot some astonishing exclusive video below Ground Zero.
I'm in the ramp, going down to the parking garage. We're in quite deep.
These are the first pictures of search crews underneath the World Trade Center, desperately looking for survivors.
Down here?
For the last few days, we've gotten used to seeing the devastation and destruction from above. But rescue worker Doug Copp got below the World Trade Center, where victims could still be trapped.
Anybody here?
For 16 years, Copp and his American rescue team have traveled to disaster sites all over the world.
I work for the victim. It is my duty and my responsibility to do every single thing I can possibly do to rescue them, to get them out of that.
Copp says surviving a building collapse is possible, even one as devastating as the World Trade Center. That's because when structures fall, spacious air pockets called voids are created where people can survive for days.
If there's people in those voids down there, and I'm allowed to have my team members here to go do it, we will be saving them.
These small buckets.
His first night at the World Trade Center, Copp was fortunate to find a hole in the rubble that led to a large underground void that Copp believes was once a huge underground parking lot. It is now unrecognizable, a pitch-dark maze of twisted pipes and concrete.
There's another void up there.
For 20 minutes, Copp and a crew member, along with 2 police officers, searched for any sign of life.
Hello!
Copp was encouraged when he thought he heard some banging.
It's right up in there. Keep pounding!
So I checked the pipes and said, hello, are you in there? And the sound goes down through the pipes. If the pipes go far enough inside, they'll hear me.
If you're trying to signal us, hit 3 large hits.
If you're trapped inside pitch black dark, buried alive, and if you hear someone saying, anybody in there, you better believe, okay, you're going to be responding very loudly, yes, I'm here.
Unfortunately, the noise they heard was most likely from crew workers above. But Copp is not giving up.
I'm expecting that people can survive inside there for 12 days without food and water.
Copp says he's been to over 100 disaster sites and believes you have a chance of surviving if you know what to do. If you can't escape the building, position yourself next to, but not under, a large, sturdy object. This could create a void.
If you get under something that's crushed, you're crushed. If you're in a void, you don't get crushed. You survive.
Don't get in an elevator.
The rails for the elevator will break and snap. The bolts will come out before the rest of the building falls down or is damaged.
Know all exits and stairways that can be used as an escape route and evacuate immediately if possible. Many of the survivors at the World Trade Center were people who knew the way out.
If the buildings wouldn't have been evacuated, how many tens of thousands of more people would have died?
And carry a cell phone on you at all times.
The cell phone thing was great because we could still communicate. That meant we could be more effective. That meant we could save more lives.
They were taking me right over there.
And as long as there are possible survivors at the World Trade Center, Doug Copp will be digging, working to find them wherever they may be.
Anybody here?
On Sunday, rescue teams got to the lowest level beneath the towers to the New Jersey commuter train station about 80 feet down. They found gaps in the debris, but no survivors. And that news crystallizes the unfortunate dilemma facing so many searching for loved ones. How do you maintain hope knowing that no survivors have been found since last Wednesday?
If anybody